evening. How are you guys today? How are you guys this evening? What's going on? We had great weather today, which is awesome. Different from the weather we've been having lately, right? My name is Sandy Sills, and I am with the Gift Group with Preferred Real Estate Brokers. Last week I started a topic. We're going through our home seller's guide, and I did not quite finish that because the video was getting too lengthy. So what I want to do today is I want to go ahead and I'm going to share my screen in a minute and finish that up for you so you have the full report. As I mentioned last week, if you want to get the report emailed or mailed to you, just let us know. You could just contact us through private message if you're watching us through Facebook or on YouTube, just DM me and I'll send you the information. Our email information should be in the bottom of the video on YouTube. So based upon the channel you're coming in from. Before I get started, I want to invite you to like our page. If what I'm saying makes sense to you, like our page so you'll know each time when we're on, you'll be notified. Also, you could leave a comment. Let me know if I'm saying things that you want to hear or not want to hear, or if I'm messing up over here, right? So do leave a comment. And also, if you would want to share it with your friends, if you think your friends would benefit from the information that we're sharing, please do so. And you may want to turn on your notifications so you'll be notified every time we're on. So let me share my screen so we could get started. And I believe we stopped off here last week, so we're going to start off here. So this was a guy that we were discussing, and this was basically going over why it's a great time to sell. Now, in the winter time, and not necessarily wait for the spring market. And I know you guys are saying, what is she talking about? There's no winter. Well, we did have a few winter weeks, guys. You have to admit, there was a few winter days that we had here in Central Florida, seriously, even last week, right? So most people, in the traditional word, pre-COVID, right? Most people would put their home in the market in the springtime because that would be when people are looking to buy a home because then they would have enough time to buy the home and move so that when the kids start school over in the next school year, the new school year, which would be August or September based upon where you live, then they would be settled in. Now we're in the new normal, so there's no such thing possibly. We have no idea when all kids will go back to school. Some parents may elect to keep their kids in virtual schooling. They might give that option. Some of them is hybrid, where the kids go to school some days of the week and some days they're home online. So COVID has opened up a whole new virtual world to us, which is why I'm coming to you through Zoom, right? I had two showings today through Zoom. Like the Zoom is the new normal. So people are literally looking at homes through Zoom or live virtual tours. We go out and we do it through Zoom. So it's a new normal. So selling a home now becomes a whole new thing. I was with a seller yesterday, and one of the things I told her, we're gonna do pictures in 2 weeks, but one of the things I told her is we need to stage a office. She has a 4 bedroom, 3 bath home. She lives by herself, so she really is not using all 4 bedrooms. And one of the things I told her is people are now looking for a home office more than ever because parents are working from home and children are also working from home. So now home office is a big deal. So one of the things I told her was we have got to stage one of the room as a virtual office, and she already had it partially set up anyway. So we're going to stage that room as a virtual office slash guest room. So she already have a futon in there. She has a computer in there. So we're going to stage that out so that people could see themselves living in the home in the new normal. So if you're thinking of selling your home, one of the things you might want to consider is staging one of your bedrooms as an office, or even if it's a guest bedroom, put like a desk and a chair and maybe a laptop on it when you do your pictures, or even set it up that way. So when people come to look, they could literally see themselves there. Maybe you have a den area, maybe you have a nook area, or you may have a den or a nook and you don't necessarily have to use a whole bedroom, but based upon how many bedrooms you have. But whatever you do, if you're putting your house on the market for sale, you want to stage an area or a room for virtual learning or any of that stuff. Even people who are renting Airbnb and short-term rental homes, even them are asking, is there office space? Is there a space where I'll be able to set up office? Because guess what? People are realizing if they don't have to go to work and they're working virtually, they don't have to stay at home and stay in their neighborhood. Plus, the children are in virtual school. They could travel to wherever they want as long as they have good Wi-Fi. So in the short-term rental market, if you're thinking of investing in that, The two things that tourists are looking for is high-speed internet right now, and also an area where they could set up office, right? So, and of course, Wi-Fi, obviously, internet, Wi-Fi, same thing. Some people have, like I had a guest, and her job demanded a very high speed internet, so she actually had to connect her computer to the internet box itself. So she had a special request that I fulfilled it for her. But people are looking for high speed internet. They're looking for office space. That's going to be a big deal. And if you present that, whether you're selling a home or you're renting a short term rental or you're looking to stage a short term rental property, that is something you might want to consider. So let's get into this. Now is clearly a great time to sell, but when you do, how will you find a new home to move into while inventory is so low? With so few homes for sale and construction of newly built homes ramping up, you may be wondering if you should consider new construction in your search process. It's a great question to ask and one to look at from the pros and cons of what it means to buy a new home versus an existing home. Here are a few things to consider when making your decision. While always remembering to work with your trusted real estate professional, that will be me along the way. Let's talk about purchasing a newly built home. Just think about I know we're talking about sellers today, but obviously if you're selling the home, you got to go somewhere, right? Either you're going to be downsizing or upsizing. So let's consider that you're selling your home to buy a bigger home because you want more space, because you want to have more virtual areas in your home, or because you're working from home, you want more space, you want more backyard space, you want more bedrooms, so you could convert one to your office and possibly the other one to the kids' Wi-Fi area that they do their virtual homeschooling, right? So when buying a new home, you can often choose more energy efficient options, new appliances, new windows, a new roof, etc. These can all help lower your energy costs, which can add up to a significant savings over time. With programs like Energy Star, a new home also helps protect the environment and reduces your carbon footprint. Lower maintenance that comes with a newer home is another great benefit, right? When you have a new home, you likely won't have as many little repairs to tackle, like leaky faucets, shutters to paint, and other odd jobs around the house. With new construction, you'll also have warranty options that may cover portions of your investment for the first few years. Another solid benefit to new construction is customization. Do you want a mudroom, stainless steel appliances, granite countertops, hardwood floors, an office, a multi-purpose room? These items can be customized to your specific needs during the design phase. With an existing home, you're buying something that's already completed, so if you want to make changes, you may need to hire a contractor to help you get your home ready. Talk about buying an existing home. When buying an existing home, one that's already built, you can negotiate with the current homeowner in price, which is something you generally don't get to do with a builder. Builders know their material and construction costs, and they have a price set for the model you're buying. So if you want to negotiate, then maybe an existing home is your option. Builders do not negotiate, guys. They just sell as it is. For some buyers, moving into an established neighborhood may be important. If you'd like to know the neighbors, if it's family friendly, and general traffic patterns before making a commitment, you might prefer an existing home. When you buy new construction, you won't always have a full view into some of these details until the lots around you are all sold, right? So, what is the bottom line? Whether you want to buy a newly built home or one that's already established, both are great options. They each have their pros and cons, and every buyer will have different circumstances driving their decision. If you have questions or want to know more about your options in our area, let's work together so you can feel confident making a decision, right? Sixth reason why selling your house on your own is a mistake. I know people are like, yeah, right. No, it really is, guys. Selling a home is a little bit different than selling a car. You know how you have a car and then you'll be like, I'm going to sell the car. And you put a little sign, and sometimes you win, sometimes you lose on that. Well, selling a home is a little bit different. And the catch 22 in selling a home on your own is you're trying to save the commission, and the buyer is trying to get the commission you're trying to save. So the buyer is thinking, I'm going to go look for sale by owner. I want to buy directly from the seller, cut out the real estate agent so I don't have to, the seller would sell to me lower because they don't have to pay a real estate commission. Meanwhile, you're thinking, wait a minute, but I'm selling it because I want to keep my commission. I don't want to give it to you, buyer, right? So it becomes a catch 22. So let's examine this for a second. Your safety is a priority. Your safety should always come first, and that's more critical than ever given the current health situation in our country. When you, FSBO means for sale by owner, it is incredibly difficult to control entry into your home. A real estate professional will have the proper protocols in place to protect not only your belongings, but your health and well-being too. From regulating the number of people in your home at one time to ensure proper sanitation during and after showing, and even facilitating virtual tours, real estate professionals are equipped to follow the latest industry standards recommended by the National Association of Realtors to help protect you and your potential buyer. Now, the National Association of Realtors, NAR, most real for you to be called a realtor, you got to be a part of the National Association of Realtors. Not all real estate agents are a part of this group, but we are. And most agents, as a matter of fact, every agent in the MLS system, most of them is going to be belong to NAR because this is a professional standard that is set for realtors, and we are governed by that. So during the COVID protocol, NAR, National Association of Realtors, they put out different guidelines to guide us to show homes in the correct areas that we should be showing it at, right? So I don't know why I'm frozen there. See, I'm frozen on the camera, but I'm going to ignore that. Your safety should also be a big deal, right? So NAR governs that kind of situation for us, and NAR allows us to. They have different guidelines. We do a lot of virtual showings as well. And I just finished telling you earlier that I just finished sharing this with you, and you have no idea where I am. I don't know where you are. This is the same way that we work with our buyers. So when a buyer calls us, we ask them, do you want a virtual Zoom call or do you want to, um, join us? And most of the time, they're out of state. They will agree for a Zoom call. So we get to the house, we open Zoom, and we literally take them through the house through Zoom. It's kind of how that works. Um, um, the road, down the road, across the street, and all that great stuff, right? So that's one. So that way, it's only one person coming in your home. Now, once they make an offer and it's accepted, then they might come for the home inspection. But that's a great way to show. Let's go to number two. A powerful online strategy is a must to attract a buyer. Recent study from NARS have shown that even before COVID-19, the first step 44% of all buyers took when looking for a home was to search online. Throughout the process, most real estate agents have developed a strong internet and social media strategy to promote the sale of your home, which is so true, which is what I'm doing right now. There are too many negotiations. There are just a few of the people. Here are just a few of the people you'll need to negotiate with if you decide to go for sale by owner. The buyer who wants the best deal possible, the buyer's agent who solely represent the best interests of the buyer, the inspection company which works for the buyer and will almost always find challenges with the house, the appraiser if there's a question of value. As part of their training, agents are taught how to negotiate every aspect of the real estate transaction and how to mediate the emotions felt by buyers looking to make what is probably a largest purchase of their lives. You won't know if your purchase is you won't know if your purchase is qualified for a mortgage. Now, I know a lot of our sale by owners is going to challenge this and they're going to say, what do you mean? Well, we got to make sure that they show us a pre-approved letter. Well, as real estate agents, we go a step further and we literally call the mortgage lender to make sure that they are qualified. And we also show the pre-approval letter to our in-house lenders to make sure that this is a true qualified, bona fide pre-approval letter, not something they just print offline. So having a buyer who wants to purchase your home is the first step. Making sure they can afford to buy is just as important. As a for sale by owner, it's almost impossible to be involved in the mortgage process of your buyer. A real estate professional is trained to ask the appropriate questions and in most cases will be immediately aware of the progress being made toward a purchaser's mortgage commitment. You need someone who's working with lenders every day to guarantee your buyer makes it to the closing table. That is so important, guys. For sale by owning is becoming more difficult from a legal standpoint. The documentation involved in the selling process is growing dramatically as more and more disclosures and regulations become mandatory. In an increasingly litigious, lit, lit, can't say the word, litigious society, the agent acts as a third party to help the seller avoid legal jeopardy. This is one of the major reasons why the percentage of people FISBOing has dropped from 19% to 8% over the last 20 plus years. And number six, you net more money when using an agent. Many homeowners think they'll save the real estate commission by selling on their own. Realize that the main reason buyers look at FISBO is because they also believe they can save the real estate commission. The seller and buyer can't both save on the commission, right? That's not going to happen. A study by Collateral Analytics revealed that FISBA don't actually save anything by foregoing the help of an agent. In some cases, the seller may even net less money from the sale. The study found the difference in price between a FISBO and an agent-listed home was an average of 6%. One of the main reasons for the price difference is effective exposure. Properties listed with a broker that is a member of the local MLS will be listed online with all other participating broker websites, marketing the home to a much larger buyer population. And those MLS properties generally offer compensation to agents who represent buyers, incentivizing them to show and sell the property and again potentially enlarging the buyer pool. So what's the bottom line? Listing on your own leaves you to manage the entire transaction by yourself. Why do that when you can hire an agent and still net the same amount of money or even more? Before you decide to take on the challenge of selling your home alone, let's connect to discuss your options.